I'm going to resume recording. There we go. And so that's all I have to say about these events, guys. Take them to heart. Know that there's a lot of people you can help out there. Laura, Edith, James, Mohammed, Steve, Angie, Amanda. I know all of you have invited people. I've seen the RSVPs. Morvan, can't thank you guys enough for really taking this opportunity by the horns and reaching out to people in your network to help. So before I pass this on to Betsy, because Betsy has some super exciting stuff to share. That was my infomercial. Now I want to bring Betsy forth because continuing the discussion we had last week on bridging the gap between onboarding and writing your first apps. And this is great for Amanda, Anna Robinson, right? All of you newbies on Betsy's team. What a great time to be on this meeting, because this is how we are going to bridge that gap. And I can't thank Betsy enough for, and Jessica and Joy, and there's a third. Jessica, Joy, and who?
They do the
work. Okay, good.
So
yeah, right. So Jessica and Joy from Betsy's office are just amazing. And without further ado, I'll pass this on to Betsy. If anyone, but before I do that, there's the website in the chat. Thank you, Betsy. Does anybody have any questions about tonight's IUL presentation or just the general concept moving forward? Comments, suggestions, questions? Okay, great. Well, Betsy, you have the floor.
Okay. Alrighty then. So let's, I just put the link in the chat. So if everyone wants to go ahead and go there, and then I'm going to, Mark, if you'll let me share. Okay.
There we go.
So we kind of spoke about this some last week, and then we did our first new agent call. We named it, I love this name, the Fire Starter Call. What a great name. To get that fire started for everyone. So we had our first one on Friday. It was a little overwhelming. And so, as with all things, once you actually do it, you're like, oh, here's how we should actually do it. Here's how we need to adjust. So we did some adjusting, and I just want to kind of show you where we're at now. So this is the SFG Agent Success. And so we named it that specifically. So it's not the Newbauer Agency, it's not the Bar Agency, it's not Dominance Financial, it's not any kind of brand specific, Davis Agency, anything like that. But this can be for anyone in the Newbauer Agency. All right. And so that way, it's just a way for everyone to come on and be able to get people onboarded and get it done quickly and smoothly, so that really you can keep focusing on your production and just bringing people in. And we've got all of the automation and all of the back end working to support and help move your agents along. So what I'm going to show you here are two things today. Okay, so it'll be a lot. So I just want to tell you, don't worry. We'll do some more trainings on this as well. But there's two parts to this. All right. So there's the part that's the agent facing, which is this page right here. And then there's also, if you're one of the builders, there's the back end. All right. And so that's going to be inside of the CRM. And that's going to be a little bit more require a little bit more in-depth training if you're going to use it to kind of its maximum potential. So I'm going to give you just kind of a broad overview today. And then we'll do some additional kind of more specifics trainings later on. Okay. And again, we're still getting started with this. So there will still need to be tweaks and updates. And so if you have suggestions or ideas on how to make it better, please do not hesitate to reach out. We want to make this super effective, super streamlined, so that we all can just scale at will. All right. So let's say you are in an interview. Let's take it from the beginning. So you're in an interview with an agent. All right. And you decide they're going to be a good fit for you and your business. So you come down here and you're going to register for the Fire Starter Call. So if you're interviewing someone today, get them booked for the call tomorrow. All right. And so it's always going to be at 1:00 Eastern Standard Time. All right. So they come, and now this is what they're going to choose. Are they an unlicensed agent? Are they coming on as a licensed agent? And then I'm doing this one because I do hire specifically for debt-free life. All right. And so this just kind of, they have different tracks. All right. So you'll probably be using unlicensed agent or licensed for general. My team, you might also be doing specifically for debt-free life. Now, Mark, as we grow and if people start, if we start bringing on people specifically for more like IULs or annuities or even more different, more focused advanced market tracks, we can also split it up that way. All right. So let's say here, I'm doing it for general, and then you want to select your name here. All right. So let's say that Muhammad is the one that interviewed me and brought me on. And so you want to make sure that you put your name in here, because what that does is that assigns that person to you. And so that means when you go and look as a builder in the CRM and you're looking to see, hey, what's my agent up to? What's Betsy doing? Is she actually doing what she's supposed to be doing? Is she taking her test? Is she, et cetera, et cetera? You want to be able to see that and it be assigned to you. So that's what you're going to do. Then you schedule the meeting. All right. And then that will trigger reminders to be sent to me. All right. Hey, Betsy, you've got this call tomorrow at 1 o'clock. It's the fire starter call. You need to be on there. All right. So then Muhammad, you would also, know, okay, hey, I've sent Betsy in here. All right, then it is time for the call. All right, so when we do the fire starter call, we have, that's kind of as an agent is beginning, we're going to send them over to the fire starter tab. So the licensing info, this is for people really who are not licensed. Okay, so once you receive your Symmetry application, you want to tell people, get it done by the end of the business day. If they're already licensed, it'll be a quick turnaround, but if they're not licensed, they've got a few steps to go through. And so what we did here was just list out every single one of those steps, step by step. And then all along the way, we're asking for people to give feedback. And so all of these are triggered, and there's a pipeline where you can see exactly where your agents are. So let me show you what I mean by a pipeline. So like right here, so this is in the back end, you come in and this one right here called opportunities. So let's say here that we're under, what was that one? Licensed agent. All right, so here's the a test one that came in. All right, and so here this application was submitted. All right, now these ones right here, or let's go to unlicensed. So unlicensed is a little bit longer. All right, so here's the test. So once I say, hey, I've enrolled in pre-licensing, then it's going to automatically move me to the next part. Okay, so if I come in and say, hey, I wonder what my agents are doing. All right, if I'm Mohammed, I would come and select my name here. All right, I think I'd put me in as a license, sorry, but you can select your name and you can see where all of your agents are along here in this pipeline. So from submitting the application, getting enrolled, scheduling the exam, completing the exam, getting the insurance license, and then submitting it and the credentials. Okay, so none of this is something that you're going to have to do manually. You can just come in and check on your agents. Now, this doesn't mean, oh, well, I can just put an agent in here and never follow up with them. Okay, that's not what the system is for. All right, this is just to help guide you as you're having those conversations. Oh, hey, Brea, I see that you've gotten your exam. You completed your exam. Oh, wow, congratulations. That's so huge. And I'll receive a notification when Rhea finishes her exam. And then I can be like, oh, congratulations. That's so exciting. And then if I notice, like after a day or two, she's not, been kind of moving forward to get her insurance license. Hey, Rhea, I just wanted to follow up. Is there anything you need to help so I can help you get your insurance license? So it's just all in there to kind of help you support your agents as best possible. All right, any questions about this part right here? Okay. All right, and so this is all, again, just in this pre-licensure one, this is kind of the most complicated. And so here, we're just really going to be encouraging the new agents to, upload and keep us in the loop with this right here, because the hope is that we'll be onboarding lots and lots of people each week. And so we want to be able to keep track of them, make sure that they feel supported, they feel encouraged, and we're not saying, now, what have you done? Where are you? What are you doing? And that way we're coming to them from a point of knowledge, like, hey, we care enough about you to know where you are in the process and help you move to that next step. All right. So that's where you'll send your agents right after you get them signed up for the fire starter call. It's going to send them to this website as well. And then when we have the fire starter calls, we're gonna split those up. Okay, so we're gonna break it up into 3 phases. The first phase is, all right, you hire somebody this week, they're going to be in this phase 1. They're just getting set up. Okay, now, and we're saying at the top of each one, though, the goal for everybody is to become an SNA, a seasoned new agent. And why do we do that? Because we know that the research has proven people that can get their 6 apps written in their first 6 weeks are more likely to stick, are more likely to be successful. And so we don't want to bring people in for them to be unsuccessful. So let's get them on a track to success. So we just will push that at the beginning of each call. Here we can share with them some important documents from Symmetry. Make sure that they put these conference calls into their calendar, and then just make sure, hey, have you got your application submitted? Do you need help getting your pre-license, getting signed up for pre-licensure? So the point of these fire starter calls is just to make sure that people are doing what they need to be doing, and then also just to provide that support. Oh, you're having trouble accessing it? Hey, let's hop on your, share your screen. Let me help you. Let's do that together right now. So you just kind of have that dedicated time where, hey, we're going to help our agents. We're going to help them move forward together. All right. Then after they have, they've got that, now they've got their Symmetry credentials. Another thing we're also pushing, remember, when people have not got a license, we want them signed up for a licensure course within 10 days. So then once they've got their Quility login, we want them to complete Fast Track and Summit. And so here, if we're on the call, we say, hey, have you started Fast Track? Have you started Summit? What have you tell us about what you're noticing? What are some things you have questions on? What have you been really excited about? What are you concerned about? What are challenges you foresee? So just kind of a chance to talk about, what those are. And so the leaders will be kind of facilitating those discussions with new agents. If they haven't started, it's a great time to provide that accountability, right? Okay, hey, great. Let's go ahead and hop in and we're going to get you started on this. If they are a debt-free life agent, they need to go ahead and get certified. And then this whole time we're also pushing, hey, who's 10 people that you could ask to write an application on? Now I know they only need 6, but if they write 10, then hopefully they can get 6. Okay. If they ask 10 people, they can hopefully get 6. And so we're also here just encouraging people to think about who could they ask? Who could they say, hey, I'm starting this new thing. I just need to practice. We could look at accidental apps that are, $10 or less a month. Who could they ask to be working on that? So that's this one right here. We've got quotes, so they can link to the different quotes, access the e-apps, all that good stuff. So if they need help on figuring out, how would I find out how much a quote is? How do I access opt? All of those different things. And then the final phase is actually becoming the SNA. So the thought process behind this one is after they've written those apps, they've got the quotes, they wrote the app, and then now they're kind of like, oh, what do I do next? They need to get those into opt. I don't know if you've ever helped someone put something into opt for the first time. It can be overwhelming. And so again, we just want to provide a place here where at the end of the day, new agents know, okay, if I go to the fire starter call, I'm going to get some help in putting this into opt. All right. Because we know as you start building it, it might even be overwhelming to you. You may not be sure how to help support your agents in the way that you want to. And so that's what we as leaders want to be able to provide support to you as you begin building as well. So then we can all hop in here, get into opt together, get everything submitted. All right. And help that new agent become a seasoned new agent. So that's kind of the course of what those fire starter calls are going to look like. And so we can go into different breakout rooms, whether it's a brand new agent or whether it's someone that's kind of moving towards becoming that SNA. All right, so let me pause here. Sorry, I've been doing a lot of talking. What questions or feedback or anything like that do you guys have about this particular part?
Hey, Betsy.
Yeah.
What type of automated information are people typically going to get throughout a week after is it going to be a text message once a day or
It depends. So that's a great question. So let's hop in here and let's look at the automations that are coming through. So it depends on where they are. So let's say that they're an unlicensed agent. All right. So once they get an application, once the application is submitted, okay, it'll all either be through email or text. Okay. So here, it's going to say, hey, welcome to the team. So this is the email that they'll get. Welcome to the team. You would have received your SF application. Hey, click here and get started on your license right now. So it's going to take them to that pre-licensure page to get started. Then we're going to send them a text message that says, hey, an hour later, hey, reply done when you've submitted the application. So we're trying to create some urgency here, like, hey, let's go ahead and get this started. Then a day later, if they haven't submitted it, we'll just say, hey, just wanted to follow up, see if you need help. Do you need help submitting the application? We have a little tutorial on how to submit the Symmetry application. So that way, if they're having trouble and they just kind of are like, I don't know what to do, then we've got some support there for them. Then after 2 days, if they still haven't submitted it, then we'll follow up with another one. Hey, just checking to see, do you need any help? And then here we're going to do kind of a takeaway, like, is this something you still want to do? If not, we're going to move on. So it just kind of depends where they are in the process. So we have different campaigns that'll run at different times. Then once they get, and the license one is pretty much the same. Excuse me.
Great.
Once they get it submitted, then they have to wait for their credentials. So we'll just confirm here with them, hey, it's been submitted, now it's being processed. And we just try and kind of create some realistic timeframes. It could take anywhere from 2 to 4 days. And then you're going to get an email with all of your Symmetry credentials. We'll see you at the next fire starter call. Like, say, hey, we want you at these calls. We want to keep that momentum building, be able to answer any questions. And then here, just kind of a follow-up with a list of all the conference calls while they're waiting for the application to get submitted. And let's see here. All right, then once it's submitted, they will begin.
Don't mind that text, Betsy. That's for after the call.
Okay, sure thing. All right. Okay, so then here is like all of the so like right here, once they have once they've gotten started here, like once they click that they have received access to Quility U, then they'll get a call, they'll get an email here that says, hey, go ahead and get started with Fast Track. So all the stuff that we have on the website is also, that's coming to them in email as well, just kind of broken down in little smaller tidbits. All right. And then when they're done with Fast Track, they click it here. So they're getting it in an email as well as on the website there. So same thing, just getting them reminders to finish Fast Track. All right. And then the other thing that we've done is, we generally want people to complete Fast Track before they do the summit. And so here with Summit, it's the same type of thing, complete your Summit journey, but that will start like 2 days after they start getting the Fast Track emails. So we just kind of, spaced it all out so it's not super overwhelming, but just wanting to, keep people moving along here.
Cool, sounds good.
Let's see. So that's, right. So that's what they're getting there. And again, we can always come back and update this once we've seen how it works and, all that good stuff. All right. Now, once someone becomes a seasoned new agent, then they will have access to this marketing system that we have. That's part of the agent success team. And so here, we just want to let them know, you've got the lead system through Opt, and we want to, encourage that. That's a great lead program. Once they become a seasoned new agent, then they're able to get access to the CRM and use that for sales or recruiting. And so they can book a session there to move forward with that. Let me just show this one real quick, and then I'll get to the Symmetry info. So this is for anyone that is a builder. And I've just got Chris on here because, he's our main leader. So they should see him on here. And so if you're a builder, and let's see, Steve, I don't have yours. I need your picture on here. So if you're a builder and you're not on here, just send me your headshot so we can get that updated. And then we also just have a way for new agents to contact us. So, they're going to reach out to you as their mentor. But if it's something that, you need support with or things like that, you can also send them here. So different calendars that they can get connected with us. All right. And then for Symmetry, we've got information. We got a page about the in-person meetings, our national conference, spring tour, corporate overviews that are coming up. Then right here, we have a list of all the conference calls. So when you're trying to, if you're like, wait, what's the link for that? Then it's all right here. You can just come and click on the join link and get started there. The corporate overview, this just has all of the Symmetry videos. This is what I asked my debt-free life potential agents to watch. So they've seen a little bit about what DFL is. But that's a corporate overview, and then just more about, those great videos that they made recently. So just if people want to come watch that. Then for you and your agents, as you're starting off with kind of the mortgage protection final expense, all of these connect into HQ. And so of course we're pushing them to HQ. There's so many amazing things there. But this just kind of highlights a couple of important things that they may just need. And then Mark had sent out an email a while ago that just had all the different quotes for some of the main carriers. And I thought that was really helpful. And I remember when I first started as an agent, I was always worried about how can I access the e-app? And so I wanted to put that here. So if you're in a home and you're like, or not on a home, if you're over Zoom and you're like, where do I go? Then you know that it's on here as well. Different scripts, virtual mentor, again, Opt, and pushing people to the conference calls. And yeah.
So Betsy, question, if you haven't gone through that, do you have to go through every step again? I mean, I've been in it for about 2 months already.
No, oh no, this is just for new agents as you're bringing them on.
Okay.
This is mainly like the recruiting process. So
Okay.
if you want to bring someone on, we would help you get that agent from, the point where they start their pre-licensure course to where they're writing their first apps.
Sounds good. Understood.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, Mark can tell you guys, I was like, I love this. I can build a team. And then I started and I was like, wow, this is super hard. I don't think I can do this right now. So I would go up and down with recruiting. And it was just mentally difficult to think, what is the process? How am I going to help support the agents? And then there would be more than 2 or 3. And I was like, I don't know what to do. And so this is kind of what fueled the idea of doing this. I had done some things for my debt-free life agents, but I always knew it's not really fully built out. It's not what I really want it to be, because then when they would want to start building, I didn't really have anything that I could duplicate and share with them. So that's kind of my heart and passion behind starting all of this is, not just how can I help my team grow, but how can I help others grow as well? Because if I'm trying to just, produce, take care of my family, do those things, and then I want to help all my new agents, but I'm so overwhelmed and I don't even know how to help them well. So that's what I hope that this can be for, for my team, for my agents, and for your agents as well. But yeah.
Thank you.
So, and then
Betsy,
for the
I love
advanced,
that.
for especially for my team here, This helps, this kind of goes through the debt-free life process. It's a little bit different than it's just some additional steps. So showing them how to access the DFL training, the DFL certification. I still get to certify, our agents, but I need people to watch this video beforehand so that we can just kind of streamline that process, the DFL support. And then let's see, Jeff did an amazing series of IUL trainings. And then Mark, once we have the annuity ones, we can get those up as well, and put those up here for a full advanced markets page. So yeah, we just want to build this out to just onboard agents and just help them find success here really quickly. All right. So what questions or what can I make more clear?
Hey, Betsy. So just a comment. Thank you for going before me, and thank you for being here, because I was starting to go down this path and you just saved me a lot of time. So I can just pivot and focus. As you know, I have a similar mind. When I'm trying to bring someone on, I want it to be excellent. I want it to be clear, all the stuff that you spoke to. So thank you. I will be using this. I appreciate you.
Perfect. I hope so, because I put you on here already. There you look, see, there you go. I love it.
I love that. Betsy, the only suggestion I have is very minor. I think one thing I noticed right off the bat with the conference call list, is there an add to calendar widget we could put on each of those?
Oh, let's do
And that way, whether you use Google or iCal, it'll just automatically, as a weekly recurring, now it's on there for good.
Yes, let's do that. So add calendar.
And guys, please
and then-
encourage yourselves and those you bring forth to just make the commitment to add those to calendars as a recurring event. Because there's just for you guys that are, brand new, there is a direct correlation between plugging in and expedited success here. It's very rare that we find someone succeeding here at Symmetry that chooses not to plug in, be a part of the fire, be on the huddles, keep up to date with what's going on in the company. I mean, that State of the Union yesterday was incredible. And if you weren't on it, good luck knowing, what separates us from just about every other company in the industry to date, right?
Well, I'll say, Mark, because I messaged you about this earlier today. Actually, I was, we built this out. We kind of were like, all right, I think it's good. But then even onboarding a lot of Nate's team, trying to figure out, oh, has this person signed the contract for this carrier or that carrier? And I was like, oh, how are we going to keep up with all this? And so I was thinking, oh, should we add it to the pipeline? But there's so many carriers. And I was like, that's going to take a minute. And so I went and looked on HQ, and they had added a section. Even if you're not an AO, you can see your agent directory. You can click on an agent's profile and see what their writing numbers are, what states they're licensed in, what carriers they're contracted with, what carrier contracts are pending. I almost cried. I was like, this is beautiful. So this site is not to take away from HQ, because there's so much amazing information on there. This is just to kind of augment really that onboarding process, and then push people to HQ and help them be able to do the same.
Love it.
Love it.
So I would just say here, like, if this is something that you're wanting to do, all right. So remember your first step would just be, when you're interviewing, whether that's warm market, if you're doing cold market recruiting, and whatever your process is, all you have to do to get your agent into the system is come to the website. So sfgagentsuccess.com. Just go ahead and bookmark it on your computer, bookmark it on your phone. So if you're out and about, you can get someone signed up wherever you are. Just come down here and register them for the fire starter call. All right. And so if, let's say you are not, let's say we, click on here. And this is like, lots of people can join this. So it's not like, if one person books, it's done. Let's say that you're trying to say, this is the first time you've ever hired someone or sent somebody to the new agent call, and your name is not on there. Just put your upline. Okay. So if your upline is Mark and you've never, you've not really been onboarding or hiring people, just put Mark as the person that sent them, and then just shoot Mark a message. Hey, Mark, I invited this person to the fire starter call, and then we can get you added into the system here so you can keep track of them. All right. So we've just started with the people that are building right now, but it's super easy. We can add in whoever we want. And so this is open for everybody. So what we probably will need to do at some point is do kind of like especially as you start sending people to this call, and you have people moving through, we'll have like a little training on the CRM system, just so that you know how to use it effectively. It's mainly just the opportunities here. And so we'll show you how to do that, so you can really, really optimize your growth there. Okay.
That's incredible. And guys, you see that the reason conference is on the very first page when you land there is because it's the most important event of the year. And I encourage everybody who is new, or whether you're new or not, and you are yet to register, please get registered today. And, pop quiz, do you think plane tickets are going to go up or down as we get closer to the event? I'm thinking up too, Mohammed. Good guess. So why wait, right? If you're really making the commitment here, get those tickets now. Yes, way up. I mean, these things, they're not solar powered, right? They run on fuel, and we all see what's happening to the economy. So get your tickets now. The real commitment in my mind is booking that hotel and plane, right? Booking the conference is pretty easy. I will be doing some thinking this week. We will be having some contests that will retroactively be effective for you beginning today, meaning definitely bring that spouse or partner, right? Nothing fuels your business like having a vested support system with your spouse or domestic partner, what significant other, whatever the case may be. It is key that they know what it is you're embarking on, what the opportunity requires, and what rewards are available to those that choose to apply themselves. This is probably one of the best business opportunities in existence right now, in the continental and US and beyond, right? Truly though, it is a significant opportunity. It's plug and play, it's reverse engineerable. We've got the inventory, we've got the target market, and we've got more business than we can handle in the form of leads and people this can help, particularly those of us in the advanced market segments right now with everything that's happening in the stock market and with the economy and all that good stuff. So please get signed up for conference. Make sure you book that plane ticket and hotel right along with it. It's a bundle, right? You just got to do them all at the same time. And if you need any assistance whatsoever, or if you're thinking maybe, well, yeah, but I'm doing things a little different, I don't need to go to that, or I get it, I whatever the issue may be, I'm telling you, if we could make it mandatory, I would for certain. But this is your business, and I'll never, step on your toes in terms of how you want to grow your business. At the same time, I can tell you as a leader, for leading an agent that chooses not to attend conference usually results in a lot of wasted time. It's just the best way I know how to put it. It's true. Those that don't go to the live events when they're offered usually phase out within about 6 months after the opportunity. So this is a very, very integral part of your business development. And Betsy, I love that you put it on the front page there. Thank you for that.
Of course. Well, I mean, Mark, like you said, last week, like this whole thing right here came from me going to a live event. Like I had been kind of dabbling in it, but like it was after I went to that, I was like, it's time to stop thinking about it. Let's put it into action. Let's make this happen.
I love that, guys. That's the power of association that you will never get on even a Zoom, let alone a phone call or just attending the regular meetings. The association is so powerful. Betsy simply got to know a highly successful agent, the most successful agent out of the thousands of agents within Symmetry. Sarah Reinecke is the most successful agent in terms of number of hires converting to agents that write business, right? And that's really what matters. We're here to change people's lives, and we're here to make sure that the promise that we're putting forth, hey, we've got a guaranteed system, you can reverse engineer your income, it's a plug and play business, right? And it is all of the above. But as leaders, it's up to us to make sure that new agents understand the path to success. And what Sarah laid out and what Betsy has imitated and innovated upon is what has made Sarah the most successful agent in that capacity. So we are definitely on the right track. We have Betsy to thank for driving from Knoxville, Tennessee to Orlando, Florida for a 3-4 hour event, right?
Yeah.
That sounds like a big commitment, and a commitment a lot of people at face value would probably be like, well, I don't live in Florida, I'm not going to that. Well, look what we have as a result of somebody who did. So be a pioneer, guys. On the same note, imitate before you innovate, right? We got a lot of agents that we've seen come and go that come right in and think they know better, or they got a shortcut, or, well, I'm going to use this. Good luck, right? We've got a proven system. It is reverse engineerable. And all we're doing here is simplifying the path in line with that system that, those of us that are building and teaching to build have gone through ourselves. So I thank you guys. Yes, Betsy,
Yeah,
please.
here, Ray, I'm gonna answer your question live here if that's okay. So Ray just asked, do we have a presentation or overview of something that we can use when we're recruiting? And so actually what I recommend to my agents that do want to recruit is to listen in on Chris Cook's interviews. He posts those live on Band. He interviews pretty much all day, every day, and brings people on that way. And so that he does an amazing job. He's built a huge agency just doing that. His interviews are usually 15 to 20 minutes. So it you kind of figure out whether people are interested or not. And now if we're doing Debt Free Life, it can be a hint or two different, and we can talk about that. But really my recommendation for anyone that's wanting to get started on how to recruit and what that can effectively look like is to just on Band. If you're not in the Cook Agency Band, just let us know. We can get you on there. And just listen to his interviews, because he does a really great job with those. And I don't think, Mark, there's not necessarily a presentation, is there? We usually send people the videos, like this one right here. We ask them to watch this video because it kind of gives an overview of Symmetry. It's about 5 minutes. And so then from there, that just gives you kind of those major talking points, and you can see if it's something they want to move forward with.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, guys, anytime you've got something, that's a great page to lead them to, so they can kind of see what this is all about. Betsy's got some pretty cool videos up there that are, that first one is a staple that we've used effectively to at least give people a primer before we interview them, and make sure that, for those of you new to building, if you're not new, you already know. If you're new to building, don't overlook the fact that this video is key for them to have watched before you conduct your interview. If they have not viewed the video, oh man, I didn't get time, but okay, that's okay. Well, why don't we make sure that you watch that video first? That's a prerequisite. So you have some context for our discussion together. And how about tomorrow about this same time? Will that work for you? And then we can regroup. Please do yourself and them a favor. If they haven't seen the video, make sure they do. If they haven't, don't, take it easy on them. That's not helping them or you. Just make sure they watch it, understand the basic process, and then you can dive right into the interview. And by the way, Betsy and
I'm gonna grab the Band link and just post it here in the chat.
The invite link, right?
Yes, the invite link. Mhm.
Nice. Please and thank you. What was that gasp, Shelley?
Oh, because I forgot that it was at 1:30.
I knew that's what that gasp was for. As I see you popping in at 11:23.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry, I recorded most of it.
Oh my word.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Mohammed did that last week, so it'll happen. Some people will be coming in about 7 minutes to nobody, I'm sure. But we'll get the message out. I try to send those emails. I am going to talk to Level Up, this amazing company that does insurance marketing for leads and recruiting, Level Up. I'm going to talk to them about, I don't know if you have a system or access to, I want to start organizing a group text for our team. If you're anything like me, I get thousands of emails a week, and it's very easy for me to miss an email. So I would like to get everybody onboarded to a text app that I can send out one text. I know you guys all got it. We'll set auto reminders for meetings, things like that. And I think that'll, further expedite everybody's growth. Guys, please note Betsy has put. Thank you. Good. I figured you could.
Yeah, I just put the band link in app, and that's for the Cook Master Agency. So that's where Chris posts interviews that he's doing every day. There's also posts about, conferences and all that stuff. So if you're not on there, then that's definitely a great place to join.
Yeah, guys, if you're not plugged into band, you're gonna get lost real fast. So plug into it, be a part of it, right? Plugging into it's one thing, but don't be a watcher in the woods, as I call them. Make sure you participate, right? This is a place to edify. It's a place to celebrate successes, and know that those successes came from a lot of labor and a lot of work and a lot of discomfort and a lot of growth, because without those, success is probably not gonna be in your path, right? Embrace that discomfort, embrace the journey, and know that that is the baptism, right? I call it baptism by fire, because you don't want to try to learn everything before you dive in. Just dive in, learn as you go, participate, edify, be a part of the family, and reap the rewards accordingly. So please get into that band link and do participate. Great huddle today by Cameron Miller, Jeff Miller's daughter. It was her very first huddle, and wow, she blew me away. I've got to do one tomorrow, and what a tough act to follow. So if you weren't on that, you missed out, but it's not too late to be on the next one. So I invite all of you to be at that IUL presentation tonight. Thank you to all of those that have participated and invited. Love that you're part of that. And I was going to say one more thing, and then I'm out. Betsy, it was something. Who remembers what I was talking about real quick before Betsy posted that band link? All right. I will think of it. I'll think of it. We'll bring it up next week, or I'll send it in an email if it was really time sensitive. So everybody, great to see you. I love that Nate's whole team is here, or at least part of the team is here. Great to see you guys. And Shelley, you have a question?
Well, I just have a statement, kind of. Is that all right?
Sure.
Okay. So I have to say, I'm so excited about going to this place tomorrow, that I already have what I'm wearing, what I'm going to talk about. I'm just all hyped up. I just hope that, everything goes good. And thank you, Mohammed, because, I just appreciate what you did for me. And so I thought, man, should I call Betsy in, or, and I thought, no, I'm going to do this on my own. I'm a big girl. I'm going to put on my big girl panties, and I'm going to do it.
I love it.
And so I'm hyped up about it. I really hope that it just goes further than just the administrator. So
I do too. Those gatekeepers are the toughest part. but you've got such an amazing personality, Shelley, and a natural desire to help people. I think that's going to shine through. And just know, regardless of the results of this one stop, that is the kind of activity that will yield big results. So, I mean, round of applause for Shelley for, you know, she walked into a retirement community on her own volition, completely unarmed, right, with materials and all else, and simply said, hey, you've got a great community here. I'd love to help them in case you don't already have somebody helping. Well, what are you helping them with? Well, this is the service that I provide, and I'd love the chance to present to your community. Oh my gosh, great. Here's the person's name that you need to talk to about that. And since then, Mohammed has helped Shelley a ton prep for this. We've got some materials designed for her on final expense so that she has a little bit of visual collateral there, and the rest is Shelley's magic. So guys, just know there's no shortage of people that we can help. The nice thing about what we offer is it's universal, all the way up to guaranteed policies, right? For those that may need it more than anybody else. So there's truly just about nobody that we can't benefit with our service, from newborns and a grow up plan to somebody that, God forbid, is suffering from a terminal illness and wants to make sure they've got their burial covered, right? Everything in between. So thank you guys for being such a big part of that. You know what struck me, guys? This will have to be next week. It says 11:30. Stephen Wilson, you get the door prize because you are probably showing up for the 2:30 Eastern meeting. Mohammed did it last week. Shelley did it today, but you showed up a minute ago. I do want everybody to note that the meetings have changed to 10:30 Pacific, 1:30 Eastern as of last week. I'll continue to spread the word via email. Stephen, I'll stay on if you have anything you want to discuss, and if not, that's fine too. I know you're coming to the event tonight. Thank you so much for being a part of that. But these are going to be 1:30 Eastern, 10:30 Pacific, starting last week and moving forward, guys. And the one thing I did want to point out was that Shelley came to me the other day and she said, you know what? I was reading the book of the month and they talked about having a story, right? We're all the hero of our own story. And what is your story? And she shared an experience that she had in her family, which really impacted, you know, the reason behind why she's helping people. And should I share that story with the people I'm meeting with? Absolutely, guys. This isn't about making up a story or being disingenuous, but if you've been impacted in a meaningful way, or even know someone who has been impacted in a meaningful way in the life insurance realm, whether thank God they had a policy in place because when so-and-so died, they would have been up the creek without it, or God forbid, you're in Chris Cook's situation where his father passed an untimely young death, leaving them with essentially nothing to move forward with, did not have protection in place, right? That's scary. They were displaced from their home and, you know, on the brink of even being split up. So that can happen just like that if you do not have a plan in place. And I'm so thankful that Shelley was vulnerable enough to share that with me and now with her clients, because guaranteed that's going to exponentially increase the amount of people that she and that you can help by being vulnerable and not just saying, hey, this is what I have to offer, but this is why I have to offer, right? And I hope that why is not just because you thought this would be a cool place to make money. That may be the surface reason for the first couple of weeks, but after you've run through some calls and maybe even talked to someone who's already has a spouse that already passed, or, you know, a bunch of different situations, you start to understand that these aren't leads we're working with. These are families, right? This is you and me. This is our parents. This is our brothers and sisters, our cousins, our grandparents that took the time to fill this form out because they had that moment where they thought, oh my gosh, what if, you know, what if? So it's up to us to service that need. And yeah, most of them are going to be too busy to deal with you. Some of them already been covered. Some of them don't even realize why you're calling. They might swear at you and cuss you out. Who cares? The fact is they all needed it at that moment. And it's our job to rifle through everything to find those ones that still would appreciate that assistance. And as long as you're armed with that mentality, who cares how many leads you have to call, right? You're going to find the families to help. And when you help the families, it's just going to lead to so many more opportunities. So embrace the system, guys. Embrace the opportunity we have here. If you didn't hear the national call yesterday, find it on the website tomorrow. Listen to it, because it's astounding what the founders are cultivating here, while almost every other IMO are selling themselves off to bigger companies in the wake of these big changes we're going through in the industry with technology. They're all bailing out, cashing in, taking their checks, and moving on to probably a new opportunity. Symmetry is riding that wave into the surf. They're like Keanu Reeves in Point Break. They're on the top wave there, just riding that 10-footer off the Pacific coast and making things happen like not many other companies in the industry. And we get to reap the benefits of that bravery, that innovation, and everything that comes with the growth that they've proven they know how to do, right? Year after year, including COVID and all else, we have had growth every single year. Not many companies can say that, particularly not in their first couple of years. Most companies are in the red their first year or two. Symmetry was out the gate with revenues, with profits, and went from 200,000 their first year to over 160 million last year. What does that tell you? 11-year span, and they're predicting 300 plus million next year. That's almost a double jump, guys. I can't wait to see how that's going to happen. The only way you're going to hear about it on time is by attending conference. So get registered. Thanks for letting me go over. And Betsy, thank you so much for everything that you've done to bridge that gap.
My pleasure.
And I would say if nobody has gone out to homes or anything like that, not that I'm stepping too much out of my comfort zone, because I can talk to people, but sometimes I just worry, am I saying the correct thing? But I see it like this, and this is kind of what I tell my friend all the time, because she's scared to death of everything. And I'm like, just do it scared. Who cares? Just do it, because if we don't ever do it, we're never going to succeed. And I know that. So that's why I'm doing this by myself, because I want to see that I can be that person that can step out on the ledge and say, hey, I'm going to do it regardless if I fall or not. I'm going to do it. So I'm just, trust me when I say this, I've had my struggles. I'm still having my struggles. But the one thing that I'm not doing is I'm not giving up. And so whether I'm, down and out for 3 days because I haven't got anybody, I'm still picking up that phone and I'm still calling people, and I'm still going out in my community and trying to make sure that I can help people that deserve it and that need it. So that's my why. And I don't know if it would help anybody, if I helped anybody or not, but that's kind of, and trust me when I say this, I've had a lot of struggles already. And it's not been easy for me. I've wanted to quit a few times, and I just got back up the next day and said, I'm not a quitter. Except for smoking, I was a quitter. And so I just hope that this helps somebody.
Helps me, Shelley. You're an inspiration, and you're further proof that this works if you work. And it's worth working through those difficult times, because there is no growth without going through those, guys. There's no shortcut around the bushes, right? We got to hit the potholes, go over the bumps, and they hurt. I've had several moments in the last 6 years, I mean, at least 4 or 5, when I definitely considered quitting and moving on, and made the same decisions that Shelley did, and so many, before me did and after me did. And that's saying, no, I see that so-and-so did it, so-and-so did it, so-and-so did it. How did they do it? They showed up at events. They were consistent in their business. They followed the model, and they weren't tempted by these outside forces that say, oh, the grass is greener over here, or I'll give you a shortcut over there. No, I got this. I'm going to do it. I remember Steve and I saw Edward Pritchett on stage Brian Delaney outed him, saying he's now to the point 8 years in, he's making 30 to 40,000 a day passively, not including any annuities or whatever else he writes here and there. 30,000 a day. One of our first meetings in Indianapolis, right, Steve? And I turned to Steve and I said, I don't care if they tell me to wake up and stand on my head and, you know, drink a glass of water upside down, as long as it doesn't interfere with my morals or my ethics, I'm going to do exactly what they tell us to do. And I can't thank, you know, God and myself and my family and my friends like Steve and everybody for all the support they gave and you know, laid that path down for me to be able to follow this and create opportunities for others. And I hope you guys will take that, you know, torch very seriously as Shelley is and pass it on, because we can change a lot of lives. My family, we were just in a much different place 6 years ago. We always had the love, but we didn't have the right opportunity, and now we do, and it's changed things for us exponentially. And I just want nothing more than for other people to have that same opportunity, and that's why my focus is on building. Thank you guys so much. Shelley, that was very inspiring. Thanks for capping out the meeting that way. Love it.
Yes, love it.
You guys have an awesome afternoon. I hope to see most of you, if not all of you, at 6 o'clock Eastern for our presentation. Just keep paying attention. We're going to be doing these bi-weekly and then weekly. Thanks to Mohammed, we're going to gear our next presentation is going to be geared toward parents and grandparents for children's college savings, grow up plans, and so forth. So good, Steve agrees. I think that's going to be a powerful one. So thank you guys. Have a great day. See you soon.
Bye.
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 Take it easy, everybody. God bless.
Oh,
You
thank
too. God
Have a good
bless.
one.
I'm hosting the Huddle Up tomorrow. If anybody will support, I appreciate it. Take care.